What's up, y'all? Kyle again. Got a lot of questions asking about the setup on the car. Gonna run through as much with, some good detail on it. Started out, car was a bolt-on stick shift Z28 SS. Nothing fancy. American Racing headers, LS6 intake, cold air intake, and had the stock 10 bolt then with 323 gears. I took the car, put a Zex kit on it with a 125 shot, and I think I ended up getting it to go 11.1 was the fastest at like 127. I ended up pilling it up to a 175 shot on the Zex little nozzle kit, starter power. I ended up swapping in, let's get under here. Ended up swapping in an 8.8 from T&T Fab. It's a Explorer center chunk, 31 spline axles. It's all Camaro from the outside edge. So the wheels, the springs, the lower control arms, everything all bolts like a factory Camaro. You can see this is on the ground. You can see how low my exhaust is. Constantly dragging, but that's part of the struggle. BMR suspension all underneath, anti-roll bar, torque arm. I don't know the brand subframe connectors. They were in it whenever I bought the car, but it was pretty stock when I bought it, so it's come a long way in these last 6 years or so. I believe I've had it. Went ahead and upgraded the fuel system. It's got twin 450 pumps in the back with a dash 10 feed, 8 return. It's full interior. It's got the Jeg seats, the knockoff Kirkies, which, I just drove them up to see Justin 2 hours one way. Didn't have any problem with it. They rode fine. I don't have the best back in the world, and they don't treat me bad. It's got pretty good padding in here. So Justin was actually surprised by how they rode also. Whenever I ran the Zex kit, it was on the stock LS1. Car had 250,000 miles whenever I bought it. I pulled it out as a running long block and sold it that way. And dropped in this, I think it had 110,000 miles. It's a Gen 3 Iron 6.0, so LQ4. Dropped it in with the nitrous outlet, plate kit. Sprayed it for a long time, over easily 2 years. It was been getting sprayed. Anywhere from 100 shot to 250 shot. It was getting sprayed. There was one year where I ran once a week for, I think it was 6 or 7 weeks straight. And I'm talking 5-6 passes every time, spraying the whole time. So this thing's been a trooper. It doesn't owe me anything. I've really been lucky with it. Obviously now with the turbo setup, I got more electronics on it. So got the Motion Raceworks vacuum block. I got to clean up this little relay setup right here. That controls the nitrous now. Relays for the fans. I'm gonna get something made and cover this up. It's got just an eBay radiator because the turbo being tucked down in there. If the camera will focus, the camera won't pick it up that great, but the turbo's right there against the radiator. It actually heat soaks the radiator pretty bad, which was giving me a lot of problems whenever I first did the swap. Was causing me some overheat issues I couldn't figure out. I went ahead and bought derail fans, put them on. I've got to get this cover redone. This one was made by SOB Built, my boy Zach up there. He made that for me, so hopefully I can get with him and get one made solid, because I had a 4-inch intake pipe that came off and down through the fender area. There's pictures on my Instagram with the front bumper cut where the filter hole was. On motor, with the nitrous cam and everything, the car did 11.1 at 122, so 7.1 in the 8th at like 95 or 96. On spray, the best it ever did was 10.0 at 137. So hopefully, obviously, be improving on that here going forward with the turbo and all. Got to get it figured out. The suspension's totally different. I'll probably do a couple videos on the YouTube page with some stuff from the past where I've got some passes of it on the spray, and maybe if I can find some of the older ones when it was just a bolt-on car. It was interesting how fast it would go with what was done to it. It's got BMR tubular front suspension, a BMR tubular K-member. That's how the turbo kit works. The downpipe has a snake right through it. Some people do it with a stock K-member. I luckily did it beforehand and had swapped it when I swapped the motor, so didn't have to deal with that. It's got flex fuel on it. I added it in. It really was simple. Companies sell you a kit for $300 something. It was a $20 wiring harness and a $30 sensor and a little write-up on LS1 Tech. And I think I had $60 in all of it off of Amazon. And the car's got flex fuel now, so it can run straight E85, 87, 93, whatever. It's got a pretty big fuel system on it. Like I said, it should be able to handle 1,000, 1,100 horsepower on E85, turned all the way up. Obviously, I'm not going to do that on the stock bottom end. Plans are to just keep it in the 14 to 16 pound boost range. Hopefully, it'll run what I want it to run, which, hopefully be dipping into the decent 9s, mid-high 9s. Shouldn't be too big of a problem. I still have the nitrous on there. I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen it already. I mean, I'm not hiding it or anything. That's kind of just if I need it, but really I've been impressed with the turbo setup and how much power it can make and will make. It's not even turned up yet. So I probably will be pulling that off in the future because I don't see the reason to need it. And once I end up putting a forged motor in it, I plan to max this turbo out on whatever it'll make, which will probably be in the 900 to 1,000 horsepower range. It's a small frame T4, so it's not, it's not some huge giant turbo. I mean, it's still got full exhaust. Runs under. You can see it comes right there past the transmission. Zach at SOB made that for me, so got some nice work done on it. You can see some of the A-arms and K-member and the Viking coilovers. Oh yeah, it's got TBM brakes with some poverty stars. Can't afford nice wheels yet. Making power costs too much money, so the wheels are kind of last on the list. It's still a stock computer. Heat, AC, all that. I gotta I burned a few lines up on the AC system putting the turbo kit on. Didn't realize that stuff was coming in contact the way that it was, and this turbo stuff, it's awesome, but there's a lot of growing pain with it. So there's a lot of things that you might not realize are going to be an issue that are, and it ends up nickel and diming you pretty good. It's got 220-pound injectors. Got from Big Willie's, Justin Miller. Good deal. Really good injector. They flow a lot of fuel, especially for the price. Got the Motion Raceworks catch can on now. I kind of cut a sticker out, made my own cap for it, but got it tucked in there pretty good. See the lines? They come snake around the radiator. There's one, and there's the other one. So hopefully that quits my blow-by issue. It was soaking the engine bay pretty good. Just whenever the car was coming into boost, it pushes oil out everywhere. I mean, it's a 130,000 mile motor now that's had the hell beat out of it. So I'm going to try to keep it alive as long as I can. See what it'll do. like I said, I'm still testing it. Haven't gotten to do that much with it. I've taken it out twice. Got the e-boost controller and the AM Yugo wideband. Gonna hopefully get a N-gauge for that open pod right there. Then got the Raptor Mini shift light right there. If no one with a stick shift has that yet, that's the best little purchase you can make. Works great. Really does a nice job, and it helps a lot. I used to not think it would be that big of a difference, but it really is. It really is. So that's about it. I mean, right now the car's around 700 horsepower or so, I'd say. Haven't dynoed it all out on kill. The tune was still kind of quirky whenever we got it on the dyno. Just wanted to make some clean pulls with it. I'm riding around on a 26 right now, so it's a bias ply. So like if you saw Justin's video and you were thinking that I was just blowing the tires off on some of your grandma's hard tires on her Camry, that ain't the case. They're actually a sticky tires. Just it's fairly cool, and the car makes a decent bit of power. So hopefully be getting out to the track soon. I'm going to drop a video with the catch can installing and a few other little things, and then hopefully be going to the track later this month and see what it'll do and document all that. But I wanted to get this out there for everybody wondering, so hopefully y'all stay up with it. You know, subscribe to the channel, like it. I'm going to try to keep the content rolling.